So last week we have started the section about sine formula. So I think you were learning quite okay last week. Okay. So we have learned how to use the sine formula to find length. That is actually a little bit easier. But there is another case that we need to use the sine formula to find angle. And that will be a little bit more complicated because if we are going to use sine formula to find angles, then we need to consider two possible answers. Okay, so we need to use the calculator. We need to shift sign a number, okay, to find the first angle. One angle is acute angle. The other angle is obtuse angle. Okay, so the one from the calculator should be an acute angle, and then we need to consider the second possibility by using 180 degrees minus the number from the calculator. Okay, and then we need to check. We need to check whether the second angle is really satisfying the triangle. Okay, so we need to check whether the second angle plus the given angle is already larger than 180 degrees or not larger than 180 degrees. Okay, if the sum of the two angles is already larger than 180 degrees, then that should be rejected. Okay, so that is like this. And then at the very end of last lesson on Friday, so I have talked about one example. Okay, so that is example 6, and that is there is no triangle here. There is no triangle. Okay, and then we need to add some lines. Okay, so to construct a parallelogram and a triangle. Okay, so that is like this. And then today I would like to start with instant rule number 6, and then I would like you to do some classwork on exercise 9A, which will be a little bit more challenging than just a simple triangle. Okay, we may add some lines on these questions. If you can do 28 to 33, you should be much more than able to do those simple problems. Okay, so let me give you the link of the math app first. So that should be here. And remember to submit your classwork to the math app. Okay, like this. So let's start with instant rule number 6. I did not include instant rule number 6 in the math app. Okay, so just follow me. So in the figure, AB is parallel to CD. AB is 12 cm, BC is 7 cm, angle DAB is 65 degrees. Angle ABC is 48 degrees. Find the length of DC. Okay. So we need to add lines, okay, to form triangles. Okay, but last week I told you that normally, okay, we will not add a line to cut an angle, cut a given angle. Okay, so in this case we will add DE like this, where DE is parallel to BC. Is that okay? And then the question asks us to find DC. This is what we want to find. But after forming this DEBC, this is a parallelogram. So if we can find EB, then the answer will be EB. Okay? But EB is just a part of AE. Sorry, AB, right? So we can find, if we can find AE, then we can use 12 to minus AE to find the length of EB. Okay, 嗱，其實呢度咧，上次我記得有同學問咧，就係話應該加 DE， 即係咁樣同 BC 平衡好啲啊，定係同 DA 平衡好啲咧？即係好似係咁樣加好啲啦，定係 DE 好啲咧？應該就冇乜所謂嘅，兩個都係差唔多嘅啫，可能有一個會快一兩個 step 都唔定。但係總之我哋界到一個三角形同埋一個平行四邊形出嚟嘅話咧，基本上我哋就可以做到噶啦。就係啲角啊、邊啊搬嚟搬去咁解嘅啫。好啦，咁我哋睇一睇咧，界完出嚟之後咧，我有啲咩可以做到咯？Okay, so in this parallelogram, we know that DE is equal to BC. That is equal to 7 cm. 7 cm. So this is a property of parallelogram. Right? Okay, and also we can say that angle DEA is equal to angle CBA, which is 48 degrees. Okay, and this is corresponding angles. And we have used DE parallel to BC. Okay, so what did I do here? I have transferred the 7 cm to here. I have transferred the 48 degrees to here, 48 degrees. Okay, this is 7 cm. Oh, I make it worse. Okay, 7 cm. So in triangle ADE, can you see that I have one pair of known corresponding length and angle? Okay, and I am qualified to use the sine formula in triangle ADE, right? But first, we have two angles in triangle ADE. We have angle 1 to be 65 degrees, angle 2 to be 48 degrees. Then actually we can find angle 3 first. Okay, so angle ADE is equal to 180 degrees minus 65 degrees minus 48 degrees. This is angle sum of triangle. Okay, and this should be equal to calculator. 67 degrees. Am I correct? Yes. So in triangle ADE, I have the first pair of corresponding length and angle, right? And I have found this 67 degrees. 67 degrees. So I can use this pair of corresponding length and angle to find the length of AE. Because if we can find the length of AE, we can use 12 cm to minus AE to find EB. And that will be what we want to find. Okay, so let us set up the sine formula. Let me paste it here first. Sine formula in triangle ADE should be, I want to find AE, so I put AE on the top left corner and then divided by sine 67 degrees. Okay, is equal to the other pair. The other pair, I should put the length on the top. So that should be 7 cm. And then divided by sine 65 degrees. Okay, and then we multiply the sine 67 degrees to the right-hand side. 7 divided by sine 65 degrees times sine 67 degrees. Okay, and then just use the calculator. So AE should be equal to 7 times sine 67 and then divided by sine 65. That should be 7.109 something. 653,107. Okay, and then BE is equal to 12 minus AE. Okay, and that should be equal to 12 minus answer. That should be 4.8903469893. Okay, and finally, what we want to find is the length of DC. DC is equal to BE. Again, this is property of parallelogram. You don't need to write down the reason. Okay, but I just want to tell you what reason I have used. Okay, and that should be equal to 4.89. Okay, when it is correct to 3 SF, it should be 4.89. But of course, you can write down every digit correctly. Okay, so that is the answer. 得唔得？有冇同學跟唔到呢度 ？Okay, now I would like you to do the classwork. So that should be exercise 9A, number 28 to 33. 嗱，先做兩題先啦，我哋唔好一次過做咁多啦，先做兩題先啊。28 and 29 first, please. 跟住我哋會對一對嘅。咁呢度咧，我俾8分鐘你啊。So let's do number 28 and 29 first. So I will check the answers at 2:20. And remember to upload your answer to the Math app. .記住咧，睇清楚我哋想求嘅嗰條邊或者嗰條角係屬於邊一個三角形嘅先 ，OK？ 咁然之後再諗下咧，嗱，如果有直角三角形嘅話咧，即係佢屬於直角三角形嘅話咧，就唔使用高中嘅知識，用初中嘅知識，即係 sin、cosine、tangent 係對斜輪、斜對輪啦，或者完全唔牽涉角度，淨係牽涉三角形嘅三條邊嘅話咧，就用 Pythagoras theorem。OK， 但係如果我哋要計嘅嘢係屬於嗰個三角形，係唔係直角三角形嘅話咧，我哋就要用高中嘅知識啦。咁即係咧，我哋到而家為止只係學咗 Sine Formula 呢一條嘅啫，咁應該就只係識得可以用，即係淨係可以用 Sine Formula 就可以計到噶啦。OK， 好，你試一試先。 Okay, let's check the answers. So number 28, in the figure, WX is 10 cm. Okay, and XY is 6 cm. WZY is 65 degrees and then 48 degrees. WYX is a right angle. So triangle WXY is a right angled triangle. And part A, the question asks us to find the length of WY. WY is this one. It's this one, right? Okay, so WY belongs to two triangles, right? It belongs to triangle WXY and triangle WYZ. But WXY is a right angle triangle, and we have length 1 and length 2. So we are ready to find the length 3 by Pythagoras theorem. Can you understand? So in triangle WXY, C square is equal to A square plus B square. So 10 square is equal to 6 square plus WY square. Okay, so 100 is equal to 36 plus WY square. And then subtract the 36 to the left-hand side, we have 64 equals WY square. And then take square root, so 8 is equal to WY. So WY is equal to 8 and unit is cm. So that is part A. Can you get the correct answer? And then part B, find the length of WZ. After finding the length of WY, so we know that it is equal to 8 cm, right? This one is 8 cm. And the question asks us to find WZ. WZ is here, okay? WZ belongs to triangle WYZ. So what information do we have? We have one known pair of corresponding length and angle. And then WZ belongs to the second pair, where we have the angle already. So we do not need to find the third angle. 係嘛？嗱，今次咧雖然咧我哋有兩隻角，我哋可以計埋第三隻角，但係我哋唔需要計埋第三隻角。幾時先要計埋第三隻角啊？就係如果題目叫我哋揾 YZ 嘅時候 ，YZ 咧係咪同第三隻角係成一對嘅邊長角度組合㗎 ？OK， 咁所以如果我哋題目係需要求 YZ 嘅話咧，我哋先至要計翻 angle W 出嚟先嘅。呢度 get 到我，但係而家咧唔係喎，而家題目叫我哋求個 WZ 啫嘛，係嘛 ？WZ 嘅嗰個即係望住佢嗰啲角，已經係知道係48度嚟㗎啦。OK， 咁所以我哋已經有足夠嘅資料咧，去到求 WZ 㗎啦，係嘛 ？Okay, so I'm going to use the sine formula to find WZ. Okay, I want to find WZ, so I put WZ on top left corner and then divided by sine 48 degrees. Okay, and it is equal to the other pair. So that should be 8 divided by sine 65 degrees. Is that okay? And then we just multiply the sine 48 degrees to the right-hand side. So 8 over sine 65 degrees times sine 48 degrees. And then just use the calculator. So 8 times sine 48 and then divided by sine 65. That should be 6.55 something. So WZ is equal to 6.55975678. Okay, cm, and that is the answer. And of course, you may correct the answer to 3SF. So that should be 6.56 cm. 得唔得？ 29 on the next page. So in the figure, ABC is a straight line. DA is 9 cm. DB and DC are equal to 6 cm, and BAD is 30 degrees. Find angle Boyd-Dog C. Boyd-Dog C is here. Boyd-Dog C is this one. Okay. 唔好畫到咁直角先。This one. I want to find this angle. So what should I do? What information do I have here? We have 6 cm. We have 9 cm, right? Okay. And Let me see. We have 30 degrees. Oh, can you see this? Can you focus on the large triangle? Okay, dot AC, dot AC. What information do we have? We have 6 cm and 30 degrees, right? This is one pair of corresponding length and angle. And we have the second length, which is corresponding to angle C. Okay, so if we set up the sine formula, we can actually find the angle DCB using the sine formula. Can you get this? Okay, so when we have found angle DCB, because triangle DCB is an isosceles triangle, so we can say that these two angles will be exactly the same. And after finding the two base angles, we can calculate the third angle. So that should be angle BDC. That is the required angle. Can you follow my plan? Okay, so first, in triangle A dot C, that is the largest triangle, I'm going to set up the sine formula here. Okay, so because I want to find angle, so I put sine angle dot CA on the top left corner and should be divided by 9. That is the corresponding length. Okay, and then the other pair is sine 30 degrees divided by 6. Okay, and then just multiply 9 to the right hand side. We have sine angle dot CA equals sine 30 degrees over 6 times 9. And then sine angle dot CA is equal to calculator. So I think it should be 0.75, right? Yes, 0.75. Okay, and you need to do shift sign of 0.75. And you get this to be 48.5903778 degrees. But don't forget that when we use sine formula to find angle, we need to consider a second possibility. Okay, or angle dot CA is equal to 180 degrees minus answer. Should be 131 point something. 0.4096221 degrees. 好啦，嗱呢度咧，呢度留意喎，留意啊。If we add, because we need to check whether it can form a real triangle, we need to add this answer to the given angle. That should be 30 degrees, right? But this time, the sum of these two angles is just equal to 161 something degrees, right? That is less than 180 degrees. It seems that it should be okay. It should be an answer. But according to the diagram, this is the base angle of an isosceles triangle. Okay, DCA, angle DCA is a base angle of the isosceles triangle, which means that in triangle DCB, if angle DCB is equal to 131.4 degrees, then angle dot boy C should also be equal to 131 point something degrees. But in this case, the sum of these two angles is already larger than 180 degrees. And that should not be okay. So we should reject this answer. All right? 得唔得？嗱呢度咧，今次有少少唔同嘅，就係咧我哋要 reject 呢一個答案，並唔係由原先計 sine formula 嗰個三角形去到睇得出嘅。我哋亦都要考慮，今次亦都要考慮到咧，就係而家計緊嘅嗰個角咧，其實都係屬於一個等腰三角形裏邊嘅 base angle 嚟嘅，係嘛？所以咧，如果佢係131點幾度嘅話咧， 由於佢係 base angle 嚟喎，所以咧有另外一隻角咧都係同佢一樣噶嘛，所以你咪要 double 咗佢咯。如果131度 double 咗佢之後咧，咪260幾度咯，咪已經大過180度啦，係嘛？咁嘅時候就要 reject 啦。Okay, so angle DCA is just 48.59 something degrees, and then we answer the question. The question asks us to find angle boy dot C. Angle, maybe we just write down this first because dot boy is equal to dot C. Okay, therefore angle dot boy C is equal to angle dot C boy, and that should be equal to 48.59. 037789 degrees. Okay, and finally, angle, the required angle boy dot C is equal to 180 degrees minus 48.59037789 degrees times 2. Okay, because we have 2 copies of this angle, right? Okay, and then it will be calculator. Should be 82 point something, 82.81924422 degrees. And that is the answer of part A. Is that okay? 得唔得呢度？嗱呢度咧，其實咧，即係要識得嗱有多過一個答案嘅時候，我哋要識得點樣去揀邊一個答案去 reject， 要識得係即係究竟係乜嘢理據？去到 reject 咗一個答案，你明明係計到一個答案出嚟噶嘛，計到2個答案出嚟噶嘛，點解要 reject 一個咧？即係因為佢違反咗啲乜嘢嘢，所以要 reject 咗佢咧？呢個我哋心水要好清嘅，得唔得？如果唔係嘅話咧，嗱今次佢俾一幅圖你嘅話咧，其實比較容易睇啲。但係如果佢唔俾圖你嘅話咧，我哋就真係要心水清，去到諗下邊一隻係要 reject 咁樣啦。OK， then part B。So find the length of BC, and I think this will be easy, okay? Because in triangle dot boy C, we have found all the angles, and then we have one length. We have 2 lengths actually. Okay, so this is dot boy C, dot C boy. Okay. And this is 6. And I want to find C boy. Sorry. We want to find C boy. And we have already found angle D. And we have this angle also, right? Okay. So we have, this is known. This is known. Okay. And then we have one known pair of corresponding length and angle. And we have another pair, okay, with the unknown. So BC over sine angle C dot boy dot C. So that should be 82.81924422 degrees is equal to 6 over sine the other angle. So that should be 48 points something. 59037789 degrees. Okay, so boy C is equal to 6 over sine 48.59037789 degrees times sine 82.81924422 degrees. And then just use the calculator. Should be 7.93 something. And the unit is cm. Can you get this? Okay, do you have any problems? Let me check the answer first. This is question number 29. Am I correct? Yes, that is correct. Okay, do you have any problems? So if not, I think I don't have time to talk about one more questions now. Okay. So So I will continue to talk about the remaining questions tomorrow. Okay? And that's the end of this lesson, and you may leave now. Goodbye.